Faint lights in the distance, the thin line that separates your shadows from my soul. As these walls begin to fold, head lost in the silence, cold stars illuminate the secrets on your tongue and the poison in my lungs. Where every passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend, your labyrinth turn tangled in the fear of losing sight of the slowly fading light.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Mercer County Community College Smash Esports Open, brought to you by Bravest Esports. Experiencing some technical difficulties right now with the scoreboard here, so we'll get that fixed up for you in just a second. But our first match has been called. If you all are unaware, there's a massive announcement with your name on it in the announcements section of the tournament Discord server. It says Mercer County CC Smash at the top. Anybody who is a part of the tournament has been tagged, whether you are playing a round or not, with the opponent if you're playing a match, with information for how to get on stream if you're scheduled for the stream. So go and check that out. It's also a link to the bracket. So y'all go check that out while I figure out why the scoreboard's not updating. There it is. All right. For those of you who may be new to Smash tournaments, we also have some resources in that Discord server for you to find, to read up on. Check out Rules and Match Procedure. Those two channels have some really useful information for figuring out how competitive Smash is played, how it's going to work in our tournaments, and what you can expect going forward. If you lose once, you are not out of the event. Please do not just leave after losing once. It's a double elimination tournament. You need to lose twice. And not just in that one match to the same person, because they're all best of 3. You're also going to have to lose to a second player. That was confusing anybody there. That being said, want to say a quick bit about ourselves here, because this tournament is commissioned by Mercer County Community College and is for Mercer County Community College students. Let's try saying that 7 times fast. But it is being run by a third-party organization. We are Bravest Esports. We are a company whose goal is to build and help maintain local grassroots esports communities wherever we can find them, in as many a quantity and in as varied a size as possible. Get everyone the opportunity to get in on the ground floor of esports. There's a lot of organizations that are dedicated to building top teams and recruiting the best talent. But baseball has Major League Baseball. They also have Little League. And we think that there's not enough of a Little League, a collegiate league, anything to that effect for esports. We're trying to help build that groundwork, that foundation, lay those roots for people to go from the bottom of the ladder to maybe the middle of the ladder. And try and make them have just as fun of an experience as everyone else can all the way up. So if you're interested in more events or any of the other initiatives that we are a part of, feel free to check us out. Bravest.com. You'll be seeing it periodically in the chat because bots will be bots, and they're pretty darn good about doing what they're programmed to do. So you should be seeing that pop up pretty soon. We also have a community Discord for anybody who might be interested in that. So this is not the Discord that the tournament is being run out of that you're seeing in the chat right here. This is a Discord for people of all sorts of different events and all sorts of different tournaments from all sorts of different games to all meet one another and find some people who have common interests. We have a really, really strong Splatoon community in there, if any of y'all are interested. I make YouTube content on that one all the time. We've also got a good number of Smash players, a lot of artists, and there are a whole bunch of different other games that are represented in there. I'm definitely selling it short with just those few. But if any of that seems interesting to you, if you might be looking for a training partner or something you can play online, definitely check us out there. I think that's a good opportunity to meet people in a similar position that you're in. They're all, you know, in a bunch of college kids who competed in events of ours. But it's one place for all of them to show up and meet each other rather than having something that's isolated to just their university, you know? So I think that's really cool. We've got our 2 players in the lobby here, and presumably they're doing their stage strikes, everything that they need to do to get this game started. It is something of a process, for sure. We've got Ipoqua, and somebody whose tag was Mike. Let's see, that's insane. 12,360. We'll just call him insane. Oh, their gamer tag is just Mike, though. Okay. So it's Ipoqua versus Mike. Let's see who they end up playing here. Mike is, in fact, playing the Ganondorf. And then is that... That was a weird delay there. I think that was Pyramithra. Taking a minute to boot up here, but we'll run with it. All right. Getting started. Abrupt music ending now. Starting off, looks like we've got the Pyra out at this point. Ganondorf up at mid%. Fairly even so far. They've been scrapping a bit. Hard to say who has got the upper hand for the time being. Big up smash out of Mike. Not quite going to do it, though. Ipoqua still able to get back down to the ground. Nice forward tilt there. Ooh, and that nair going to cover a lot of options. Great choice from Ipoqua. Gets nared themselves. Up smash again will do it. Clearly Ipoqua going to have to respect those a little bit more. So you can only take so many of those in one stock. Beautiful bait there from Ipoqua. Not overcommitting and getting hit with the down B. Able to punish on Mike's landing. Now let's see what they can put together here. Looks like they are staying... No, that's Mithra. That's Mithra. Never mind. It's tricky to tell on this skin. I have to look really closely for the length of their hair, because the outfits are pretty much the same, and the hair color and everything. I guess I could see it in the sword as well. There's the Pyra. Is this supposed to be like a reference to Kill la Kill? Is that the idea with that? That only just occurred to me, but it looks very similar. For copyright reasons, they took very artistic inspiration from it. You know, it's not like, you know, it's a reference or anything. Heaven knows Nintendo has enough IP holders that they've got to keep happy with every decision that they make. Even before they had Disney on board. Yikes. Ipoqua definitely running away with this. The first stock, it looked very close, but then a pretty solid 2 stock after that. So I think they figured out, okay, this is the kind of Ganondorf that's going to hit me with 2 F smashes in a row in the same set. I understand. I got this. We will see if they've got this. This is a best of 3. see what stage they end up going to here. Mike is probably going to want smaller stages. Characters that are, one, as heavy as Ganondorf is, and two, have as much of a punch as Ganondorf does with his moves. Probably going to want small blast zones, because their opponent is definitely going to be sent to them before he will. So that can help increase the margin of error there for him. He only has to hit you 4 times to take a stock instead of having to hit you 5 times. Well, let's see what they end up going with here. All right, same characters. Let's see where we're going to. All right, Smashville, it looks like. Great jab reset there from Apokwa. And great stage control. Beautiful bait as well on the down B. Tries for the down air, realizes it's not going to work out, and opts for a different option. Beautiful snipe with the up B as well. Apokwa really waking up here. That was a fantastic first stock. I think they went for the down air, right? And it was way too early. Ooh, that's an unfortunate SD for them. Let me finish complimenting them, though. Despite the commentator's curse that has already been. They were about to commit to the down air, right? And they used it way too early, and they jumped up again, and you can tell they're thinking, okay, wait, let me try it again. But the timing was off, and they had the presence of mind, is the phrase there, to not commit to it again, and to instead cut their losses and do something that would actually work. I think that kind of adaptation to your mistakes is a hallmark of a really solid player. And Apokwa able to take the lead back, only taking 55%. That's not a big deal at all. With a character like Mithra, she's going to be able to dance around Ganon pretty conveniently a lot of the time. Going to be able to. Doesn't necessarily in practice. I should just stop complimenting Apokwa. Apokwa's really bad at the game. There, I helped you out, Apokwa. You're welcome. See, there you go. Commentators uncurse. I've mastered it. I have power. Everybody should respect me and want to be my friend so that I use it for their benefit. That is a 2-0 victory for Apokwa there. I'm going to extend a welcome right now to our other caster for the night, who's going to be Eyes. Eyes, welcome, welcome.
Hello, gamers.
Appreciate having your eyes on the event tonight.
Goodbye, gamers. I'll see you later. All right.
All right, we got rid of him, guys. No. I've got the projection sent to you, so you should be able to see this, but let me know if you can't.
I can.
Perfect.
I sure can. I'm ready for the high-octane gameplay.
We're streaming it through Discord because adding a second person into the lobby will actually increase the latency, and we want the players to be able to play on an even playing field with as minimal of online delay interfering as possible.
Basically, Nintendo, get it together, all right? Thank you.
I wasn't going to say it, but I was definitely going to think it. Just want to put this out there. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl has rollback netcode. Anyway. I say that.
Hear that?
I say that just to kind of nudge Nintendo in the right direction with that, you know? Maybe
All they
should,
heard was that you have Dolphin downloaded, and they're now going to steal your game from you. That's all they
hand
heard.
over
They were
your
like,
GameCube
"What?
controller. It belongs to us.
That is our controller now. You didn't read the warranty."
Welcome, Swimmer Third, and I have to agree, shit do be crazy. I don't know which shit in particular we're talking about, but honestly, all of it, frankly. Like, can you find me some shit that's not crazy? I don't think you can.
The lack of rollback is definitely crazy.
Yeah. Kind of insane.
Can back that.
Rollback kind of sounds like a dance move.
Where he just does like a somersault backwards in the middle of the dance floor and then like does the splits after.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that is the gymnastics interpretation of it, isn't it?
That's what I would think of anyways. I mean,
Hey, we got a follow from Swimmer Third. Appreciate it.
we've
Welcome
got
to the
him.
club.
He's been baited. Got him. Get the camera. We got him, boys. 4K.
Oh my goodness. All right. We got another match here with Apokwa. So they have earned our respect. We shall witness them once more. We're playing.
What I learned is. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Playing against Keyblade, which is not actually their tag on the registration. So I'm going to look that up really quick and see which one they actually are. Monado Boy.
So what I learned is we have to criticize them and tell them they're bad, and then they do good. That was my understanding.
Okay, I can work with that.
The anti-commentator's curse was the vibe I understood. They were susceptible to the curse.
Yeah, we need to tell them that like they're doing terribly, so that then they, out of spite, play correctly instead. Like,
I mean, I'm on board.
you know, we're like the overcritical parents where the kid ends up doing exactly what the parents intend for them to do, but not because they care, but in spite of them.
And then they grow up with resentment.
Yep.
And that is how you lose your kids, everybody.
So, with that helpful tutorial out of the way, we're getting started. Monado Boy versus Apokwa, both anime swords people.
Yeah, a lot of those.
Actually, both from the Xenoblade games. We're playing Xenoblade dittos. That's actually really interesting. So we've got Shulk, relatively popular character competitively speaking. Very, 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 very long range on the sword with a lot of those moves. And they're pretty powerful moves as well. So it is the sort of thing where you can kind of just fly across the stage with a gigantic hitbox out like he did. He wasn't facing the right way. Doesn't matter. His nair hits back there anyway, you know?
180-degree nair.
That's kind of the idea. You just kind of put yourself close enough to them that the massive sword does the rest of the work. Who needs positioning anyway, you know? Now, Shulk does have some tools to either make those moves hit harder or to make himself get there faster so that you can position them more effectively, and those are his Monado arts. So those buffs, you know, utilized intelligently can have a pretty profound impact on how Shulk is able to play in neutral. Pokwa going with the Pyra, trying to land this KO. Beautiful B reverse, but doesn't actually... What? Oh, whoops. I totally thought I saw Shulk falling back down to Earth, but it turns out they were going magnified, so they do actually get the KO with that. My mistake. So Poco trying to make up for a pretty significant deficit at the moment. Switching to Pyra pretty early here. Gotten, I believe, what they think will be the most that they can get out of the early damage of Pyra. That is what Pyra is best for. Much more of a combo-oriented character. Has a lot of light, weak hits, which are great for not making your opponent fly so far away that they can't get hit again. But then Pyra is here to finish stocks, and Keyblade, Mr. Monado here, going a little too ham, gotta say, for the edgeguard there.
Looked like an Olympic dive. It was
If you
pretty great.
are going to go for it, I mean, that is the stock to go for it on, but you also got to be careful now, because this isn't that much of a lead anymore. It was 3 stocks to 1.
Not at all, it's not.
And now it is 1 stock to 0. Monado is the winner.
Yeah,
see what I mean about the commentator's curse here?
Yeah, I see. I was gonna say, yeah, this is well within range. It just takes 1 combo, and then it didn't matter because it was already over. They do be doing though.
All just as planned. Monano paid me more money at the beginning of the match to criticize them, and so they won. It's kind of how it works around here.
Yeah, we made fun of the Olympic dive, and suddenly he's just instant KO. So that was great.
I mean, if someone's making an Olympic dive, you have to acknowledge that they're in the Olympics, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, this is a person who's willing to stand at the top of a high dive wearing nothing but a Speedo in front of millions of people. Like, they got something going on in their lives that is driving them as an individual.
I don't know if you've ever been on like one of those just like the public pool ones where it's just like maybe like 8 feet off the water. Even those boys feel so high off the ground. Like,
Yeah. That
scary.
feels like, okay, why are we allowing children up here? This does not feel like a thing that one should attempt without significant training.
Yeah, it genuinely looks it looks like one of the more terrifying things you could do at the Olympics. Like, what if there's like a gust of wind and it mess up your spin? Instant like belly flop.
Yeah, belly flopping on like how high does it go? Isn't there like a 10-meter high dive or something?
I think it's like 25 30 feet, so I think
right.
Yeah, meters
You're jumping
feet,
like
right?
3 stories.
No, meters 1.6. Yeah, it's something crazy.
A meter
Let's
is
see.
about a yard. It's just a few inches longer than a yard.
How high is an Olympic dive?
Yeah.
10 meters. 32 feet. Oh man, yeah, no thanks, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And with water, I mean, oh man.
Like, surface tension is really nasty. Like,
Yeah,
you can hurt yourself really badly landing in water like that.
Oh yeah, if you don't hit it right, that's what I'm saying. It takes like, what if there's like, what if the whole crowd blows? Like, they just blow air at you and it's just enough.
Yeah, the hometown crowd just kind of
Yeah.
messes with the aerodynamics of the stadium by all blowing at the person at once. Oh my goodness. Anyway, we've got a Dark Pit coming out. It's a replacement for the Pyramithra here. So, it's possible, and I can only, speculate here, not knowing the players personally, but it's possible that Pyramithra is like an experimental character, someone that they're playing because the character is relatively new and they're trying to figure them out, but the Dark Pit is the main here. We'll see if that ends up, being kind of what we would assume based on how it's being played. Fairly close right now. Monado takes first stock, but that doesn't mean much until they get extra credit here. Just the double down smash. Monado not ready for how fast that move recovers. Now, you have to think that that's a trick that they can only pull out once or twice. So, I think one of the biggest concerns with a pit player, Dark Pit or regular pit, either way, is their lack of KO confirms. Kind of have to go for like a side B or a smash attack or something. It's really hard to get something that's actually going to connect into a move that will KO reliably. And so seeing, are they going to keep going for hard reads like that and just try and catch them in their movement? Or do they have some setups
Ooh,
in
didn't
mind?
hit the tech.
Yeah.
That's a tough one at 47%.
Yeah, it's not not a situation you expect to be in. I think Apoka was actually representing themselves really well up until that point. It's kind of a low percentage kill there. And nice sniping him out of the air. So maybe that's part of the plan here. Very reminiscent of Project M Pit from back in the day. I remember Armada doing that to a whole bunch of people. Just snipe, 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 and you're dead. Don't have quite the fire rate with this edition of Pit, but same kind of concept applies, because you can direct those arrows very freely. You get good at aiming those, and it's very hard to miss.
Ooh. Wow, gets caught on the overcommit.
Yeah.
The hard read punished. Okay, I like the Dark Pit.
Yeah, you give the Pit an opportunity like that, and you have to believe that they're going to be able to take it with the side B. They do have that option if you miss. So just like that, 1-1. It'll be interesting to see how Monado adapts. I would definitely say that it is not so one-sided that a stage counter pick couldn't make the difference here. Both players had some low percentage KOs there. I don't think that was, fully representative of how they would be playing if they were just, on their best game in terms of neutral game and punish game. So it's going to be interesting to see this game 3 situation here. Pull up the bracket here real quickly.
If you take out the missed tech, right? That would have been a pretty dominant performance.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Like almost a stock lead, like a full stock lead. You know what I mean? Because 47%, and they instantly get that stock. It would have been 2-1 at like 50%. Yeah, you know what? If you take that out of the equation, that was a pretty dominant performance.
I think Monado's going to have to be a little bit more careful about how often he's swinging.
100%.
Shulk, yeah, big hitboxes. Hitboxes do a lot of damage. If you miss with them, you're very, very vulnerable.
Yes.
So you can't be swinging against Dark Pit if he's at shoot you with an arrow range. Can't be swinging when he's got the mobility to dodge out of the way. I definitely don't see Monado switching here. Their whole kind of persona.
Commentators cares.
Alrighty.
I didn't really see a change coming out, but
I mean, Keyblade. I guess it's still,
I've never seen this character.
Anime swordsman. Actually, this is closer to being representative of Keyblade, because Sephiroth is literally like a boss in Kingdom Hearts. Ooh. Very aggressive here with the Sephiroth, but I don't know that Monado is playing around the shield perfectly safely here. I think if Apokwa, they seem to have at least some connection to the competitive community here, the way they're playing around. Woo, that was nasty.
Okay. But the recovery distance of Pit, obviously, able to get back.
Right. Those couple of aerials there,
Ooh.
man. Hard read on the ledge get up as well. So Monado, there are some options they're going for that I wouldn't say are safe in neutral. But as we've seen here, they're also, perfectly capable of having a hard read here and there that makes up for it. Great counter there. Gonna charge up that projectile. Potentially try and use it to get out of the corner. Nope, they're not gonna get the chance to use it. Poco gonna win the projectile war there, but
Wow.
oh man, the edge guard on this character is just so easy. Huge disjointed hitbox.
It really is. It is so far like horizontal. It's crazy. The distance it covers.
Going for the up B. Poco not gonna fall for it this time. They've seen that trick before. They just keep them juggled with up airs here. Great patience on the rinse and repeat from Apokwa. Gotta be watching out for that up B, I think. I think that it's been more than demonstrated that Keyblade is going to do that whenever they have the opportunity.
Ooh.
A little bit slow on the side B there from Apokwa. That worked in game 1.
Wait.
Oh.
What?
They went down a little bit too low. Just a little.
I think they accidentally hit. I think they might have accidentally nared or something, and then it put off their recovery for too long.
Yeah. They equalize, so game 3 last stock. See how this goes here. Keyblade with a fantastic opening sequence. You like to see the punish game, and you like to see how Monato's not overcommitting after getting all the damage that they're guaranteed. Poco gets in a little bit of damage of their own.
Ooh. Oh.
Now I think that if they're tied in percentage, that you've got to give the slight advantage to Minato for just having more explosive KO options. With
I
the
agree.
edge guards, with the up smashes, up Bs, things like that. Like I said,
Wow.
put the sword up in the air, wave it around like you just don't care, and beat Dark Pit out of his nair. Congratulations to Minato for moving on from winners round 2. A 2-1 victory. All right. So that brings us to winners semifinals, I believe. Or no, actually, we do have one more round of winners round 2. I forgot that that was the match that got reserved for us. We're going to see Zam versus Jay Bray.
That was a very interesting character. I've never seen anyone use that. Are they new?
Sephiroth?
Yes.
They are relatively new. They're not the most recent DLC that came out.
Interesting. I'm surprised more. He looks sharp. It's possible the matchup just wasn't that good.
He's on the slow side, is how he's balanced. I mean, they had. It's tricky, a character like Sephiroth, literal destroyer of worlds, It's tough to be like, okay, so how do we make this character balanced? This is a character who, in his native game, canonically, brings a meteor down from space to crash into the Earth. Like, their spell Meteor in the boss fight is a 2-minute long cutscene that you just have to watch every time he hits you with it. Like, that is the epic scope and scale of this character. And then you've got, like, the Advent Children series, where it is the most, like... It's the closest thing I've ever seen to a 3D version of Dragon Ball Z, right? They're just shattering buildings around them as they jump through the rubble in midair, exchanging blows as they jump, wall jump from piece of rubble to piece of falling rubble. It's the wildest, most anime thing you've ever seen. So, like, this character who wields this 9-foot-long sword, and has superhuman speed and strength and can call meteors out of nowhere, we gotta balance him in a fighting game against Mario. So,
Good
like,
old Mario.
You
I have trivia
gotta
for
cut
you.
some corners somewhere. You gotta take away a little bit of the strength somehow. So you give him some abilities that are just like, okay, that's busted. What? But you chip away at little less visible pieces of the character, like their movement speed, like frame data, and so that people are still all in agreement that the character is cool, but they're also not like, okay, this character is garbage, I hate fighting against them, please remove them from the game. So I think they actually did a really good job bringing Sephiroth into Smash, is the long story short there. You're not going to see him in an awful lot of competitive events, as far as I've seen, but there are definitely some pieces of his kit that you have to respect.
So I have some trivia for you, and for chat. Do you know what Mario's job was?
So, what his job was? Like...
Yeah. Like, what his, original job was.
Well, if we're talking about his appearance in Donkey Kong, then he was a construction worker, I believe.
He was, in fact, a carpenter. So, yes.
Carpenter. There we go.
I did not know that. I thought he was a plumber.
Yeah, there is a game in which he is fighting enemies in the sewers that came out shortly afterward that more solidified the concept of him as Mario, him as having a brother, and his occupation as a plumber. But he's worn a lot of hats. I would, maybe he's like a temp worker, Maybe they bring him out for whatever it is that is needed of him at the time. So here we go. We've got Jay Bray, whose tag in-game is Zeniatus or something. Zeniatus.
Keep going.
I give up. I'm going to call him Jay Bray. And he's playing against Zam on the Zero Suit Samus. Zam Bam, thank you, ma'am. Pretty even so far. Feeling each other out, of course. Zero Suit Samus, one of the low-key strongest characters in the game, I would say. Not a lot of people play them necessarily, but Mars has definitely gone and put the character on display at the highest level of play.
Probably has my favorite grab in the game. The tether grab.
It's definitely
probably
unique.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite one in the game.
Sam coming out to the early lead here, but has a lot of difficulty finding a good angle to come down on the Ivysaur. Kind of committing to that angle rather than trying to mix it up with a down B or air dodge or something and just landing right on top of a forward or an up smash rather. So see if they can maintain the lead here. I like the idea to ledge trap with the stun gun. Goes up for the up air, which is wisely avoided by Jay Bray's character swap. Charizard's out, goes for the Flare Blitz. You gotta expect the Flare Blitz. Anyone who's been playing the game for a certain amount of time is just gonna know, if you give a Charizard a Flare Blitz, if you give a mouse a cookie, it's just gonna want more.
Will a mouse eat a cookie?
I imagine it's probably really bad for them. But that they would definitely eat it.
I think a cookie's bad for everybody.
True, but on different levels, you give a dog a cookie and they're probably going to get sick everywhere. You give a person a cookie and maybe if they eat way too many of them over the course of their lives they get diabetes or something, but it's not going to be as immediate. Oh, the lag probably hurt a little bit there with the defense, but Zam's still getting out relatively unscathed from that situation and able to keep applying ledge pressure here. Zam in complete control of the stage at this point. That might just do it. Not quite.
Oh, not quite. I was thinking, but I was like, 100. Oh, well.
Oh.
Wow.
Well
that was
spaced back air.
That was well done, frankly. There really is no other words for it. That was just perfectly executed.
Yeah. I am looking at Jaybray's DI on the up smash there and thinking they probably could have done a little bit more to avoid that KOing. I don't know. Maybe they just held straight down. But I don't know. They did survive it, so maybe they did DI it right and it just looked off to me. But other than falling down on top of an up smash, just kind of flubbing a little bit on the aerial approach, I feel like Zam didn't really make a lot of major mistakes. So it's kind of going to be up to Jaybray to have the right game plan, to have the technical capability to follow up on it. They need a way to deal with projectiles. They need a way to, be mobile enough that they can avoid the many different angles that Zero Suit Samus can come at you from.
Yeah.
Kind of start catching on to the patterns as well and figure out what space they need to cover, what space they're okay to kind of give up.
I could definitely see a projectile character being useful in this matchup. Just to push them just to move them back a little bit from controlling the stage. You know what I mean? Just like those slight, just a slight movement off, get you to a ledge, maybe avoids an extra hit. I think could make a difference. Matchup.
They do certainly have that in Ivysaur, but you could probably make the argument for sure that nothing Squirtle or Charizard has really counts for accomplishing that goal. I do also think that technically speaking, there was just a little bit of sloppiness here and there. There were definitely some things that Zam was telegraphing that Jaybray probably could have spotted and sussed out before they hit him.
Yeah, I definitely could see that. I'm thinking I definitely could see something like a wolf or a fox, something where it can just travel a little quicker than.
Well, we've got a hero instead of any of those ideas. We'll see how that works out.
All right, well, my idea was bad, I guess. Very cool. Writing that down. Don't speak again. Very cool.
Why does it keep reminding me about this meeting that happened 4 hours ago? Apologies to those of you who were watching on desktop and thought that that was a Google Meet reminder for you.
Like, no, you are still not clocked in. Don't worry, guys. Keep watching.
Come to think of it, I never clocked in for this event. LOL. Professional streamer, by the way, guys. Oh no, doesn't charge the up B enough, or maybe doesn't have the mana for it.
Yeah, it looks like they might have run out, which is unfortunate.
Ooh.
Wow, this is such a strong start from.
Oh no, please not again. Oh, come on. Oh, you hate to see it.
I don't know what I'm watching.
Consecutive SBs. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I want to see Jaybray keeping his space a little bit better. I feel like Zam is free to approach him and take space away from him, take away his ability to retreat.
Wow.
And your ability to retreat is extremely important as a hero player. That recovery would not have allowed him to survive anyway. That was just... That was just mean.
This Samus looks strong. This is definitely a well-trained Samus player, for sure.
So Zam gonna take that one with a clean 2-0, only losing one stock in either game. Pretty definitive, I would say. That puts them into winners semifinals. I'm gonna check the Discord here to see which match is getting called next. It's gonna be Ryu versus Minato Boy. Guys, check Discord real quick. Alrighty. So this is Ryu and Monado. You think Ryu plays Ryu?
Statistically, no.
Well,
Did the math? No. I don't think they do.
I'm gonna set it as their character icon. I'm gonna make that bold prediction right there.
Will it pay off? Highly unlikely.
Yeah, I mean, the Sephiroth is also something that only came out under certain circumstances for Monado. They have to imagine that they're gonna see how the shulk is working at some point. So I'm gonna make that call too. Fierce Deity Link as their icon. So they've got a whole bunch of different big sword guys.
So they're gonna play Bowser?
Bowser does not have a sword or anything remotely resembling a Monado or Keyblade.
Oh, there's a chance.
There's always a chance.
Okay, good.
Sometimes it's just a very small one.
Well, that's sometimes in life that's all you need. You gonna win the lottery with that attitude? I didn't think so.
I mean, my answer to that would be, statistically speaking, I'm probably not going to win the lottery without that attitude either.
How about no?
Gonna have to respond to that one with a flat no. I deny all the allegations. I reject your assumptions. This is categorically incorrect.
I did the math and the answer is no. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Alright. Still waiting on Ryu here. We're going to have the other side of winners semis play on stream when the time comes around. That is going to be between Zam and CYM, I think. Yeah, that's got to be CYM.
Oh, is it C? Not T? I thought you said T at
It's
first.
spelled C-E-E. Can't imagine it's KeyYM because it sounds like they're spelling CYM here.
So is it? Oh, it could be. Could it be Seam? No.
No, it's like CEEWHYEMM. So they're clearly phonetically spelling out those letters.
Oh, I see.
Right. Yes, we have deduced this, but thank you for the clarification. And also for the confirmation that you are listening to the stream and that we should tell you all of our super secret advice about how to beat your opponent.
Use Bowser. There you go.
That's what Eyes has brought to the table here. I hope that you find that information to be useful.
That is, in fact, the nuclear code. Use Bowser.
Man, I knew you were good at making friends with people. I didn't know the President of the United States was one of those. We should hang out.
You know how it is. Like, what else? What? Yeah, Elon? Yeah, he's on speed dial. Okay, I got. Hey, I got to talk about something. Hang on.
Don't forget to
So,
shield drop the hedgehog. Go ahead.
so I follow Elon Musk on Twitter. Okay. It's like he broke up with Grimes, which was. I don't think they were married. I think they have a kid. They might have been married, but they broke up regardless, right?
Mhm.
So, ever since they broke up, Elon, because like sometimes his likes will pop up as like recommended tweets on my feed, and like he'll just Elon just be down bad. One of the like gifs he liked was a holographic image of two people just making out on a wall, like as like projection on the wall. That's like Elon is down so bad, and then like he'll have like another one that's like super like similar, or it'll be like some like anime like flirty picture from like someone's art that he likes. It's just like, Elon, buddy, you are down terribly. It's so funny. It is absolutely hilarious. Oh,
That's the sort of thing, like
you are
dude,
a multi-billion-dollar man.
you are very, very famous.
It's
You gotta know that you post that, and people are gonna psychoanalyze a little bit.
Oh, dude, it's just so something about it is so funny. Like it's just like, dang, even billion-dollar man Elon Musk is down terribly. Like,
Some things never change, no matter rich or
It doesn't-
poor,
Yeah.
famous or
Well,
unknown.
Wealth doesn't determine down badness. It is all mental. I'm trying to find the tweet because it is hilarious. I found it.
Oh man.
Copy link. I'm gonna put it in the Twitch chat. It's so funny.
Oh man.
It is actually so funny.
What's
Okay.
up, Minato?
Okay, this is it. That's the tweet. That is the tweet that came up recommended on my feed. Like, that's from his likes. I pulled that on his likes.
Makes me uncomfortable, honestly.
I know. Elon is down
Why-
so
Why does
terribly.
that image even exist? Oh my god, Devi with the raid of 10.
Let's go.
Thank you so much, Devi. Welcome, Yuna. Are those a bunch of Weaviles? Yep, those are Weaviles.
Just in time. See Elon down bad.
I don't
Click
know
this
how to
Twitter
raid.
Here's Elon
I
down
wasn't gonna.
bad.
I wasn't gonna out you like that. Okay, here we go. We've got an inkling. What? The inkling doesn't have a keyblade. Excuse me. Everyone else that they've played so far, I've totally understood, but and Kazuya is not Ryu. Excuse me, sir. Sorry. Anyway, we've got a 0 to death immediately from Minato here. Making very quick work of these stocks. Just stands there and lets Kazuya fall back down into his waiting arms. This might be the main here. I don't know, guys.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like this is a different character than we've been seeing Minato play so far. I feel like the other characters, like, they were for the brand, but this character is for the W. Oof. Got the stun, though, and doesn't manage to do anything with it. The stun doesn't last long enough at that percent. Ooh, missed grab, though. What?
Wait, what? What
Why
was the
did that-
animation there?
Why did that freeze frame? Do I just not know this about Kazuya?
See, they have cinematics built in?
Like, that is probably a mechanic ported over from Tekken, where, like, it zooms in on your throw, but
Yeah.
that messed me up so badly with what direction they were facing. I was like, wait,
Oh.
did they just reverse the screen or something?
That's crazy.
I can't believe I've never seen that.
And
And all the time that I've been casting this game, I
Oh
just
my
didn't know that
goodness.
Kazuya's throws did that.
What a performance.
Yeah, okay, Minato was definitely sandbagging with the character choices up until this point. I'm gonna say it.
Oh my goodness.
They pulled out the heat. The Inkling is the heat.
Wow. I don't even have any like critiques or like anything for Ryu. That was just a strictly incredible performance from Minato. Like, you know, it's one of those things where like you can't even like you just can't take anything away from him. It was just actually just perfect, just all over.
Yeah, you definitely there's a lot that's gonna have to go different in this coming game. Ryu's gonna have to be a lot more cognizant of the spacing. They're gonna have to respect a lot of different options that the Inkling is bringing to the table here. They're gonna need to play a bit more defensively.
Or Bowser down B.
Not commit to, you know, being in Inkling's airspace. There's a lot that's gonna have to go different, and after a performance like that, it's hard to imagine it does unless Minato pulls out another character or something again. Even then, I still think that the fundamentals are going to be there. Is there anybody playing Kazuya at a top level right now? I don't see a lot of like clips about it on Twitter or anything like that, but I have to imagine that somebody's labbed it out at least a significant bit. Riddles and Axion are the only two top-level Kazuyas I know of. Seeming like people aren't immediately determining the character to be broken or anything. Might also be, I feel like there is a tendency with a lot of characters for top players to avoid the ones who might be good, but they're more challenging to learn.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, even if the character's good, if they're difficult to learn, it might not be a worthwhile investment if they get nerfed later, you know? So sometimes, you know, you see them go for the low-hanging fruit top tiers instead of the more involved ones.
Yeah. Do you think Ryu? Do you think they make a change character-wise? Like, what do you take away from that game? You know what I mean?
Like, I'm playing against a competitive level Inkling, and what I need to do is have a way around projectiles and to have a good defensive plan for when they start trying to initiate with aerials.
Okay.
They have combos for sure. They have, you know, grab follow-ups into Nair. A lot of different things they'll combo into like forward or back air type stuff. And both of them change characters actually. Got a Ness and a Cloud now. So it is Minato who is going for the Cloud here. This is more on brand, I would say.
I haven't seen a Ness in so long.
It's interesting. They were, you know, a really popular character in Smash 4.
Okay.
And the playstyle hasn't really changed much. Kind of just fair into fair. Go for that combo an awful lot. Ooh, grabbing a couple of times while out of range there. And we mentioned earlier with a previous player, if you whiff something, most people will have the habit to try it again. Like, wait, that should have worked. Let me do it again. And a stronger competitive player is going to have the, I guess, self-discipline built up not to go for it again, thinking it'll hit the second time. They will actually choose a different option and cut their losses. And we definitely saw Ness grabbing maybe three times in a row, and also not having the cleanest understanding of their recovery there. So
there's the double grab again that you're referring to.
I have a feeling that there is a bit of a difference in experience between the two players here, which is fine. You gotta learn somehow, you know?
You'll only get better playing better players.
A lot of the time, you show up to a tournament and you're like the best player out of all of your friends, and you feel like you're going to do well, and then you run into somebody whose name is Keyblade, who bops you upside the head with an anime swordsman from a game that you've never played.
Yeah, that's how I feel about playing Fortnite now. I went from, being the best on console season 4, and then now like every 12-year-old Timmy who hasn't got off the game in the last 2 years just bodies me. Like, I'm just like, oh, I see. Is this what it's like now?
Yeah. You take a break from a competitive game, and the competitive game
Oh,
does not
yeah.
take a break.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. But just putting this as I really just think there's probably a experience level difference here in this matchup. I think Minato was just the better player for this set, but that's what these tournaments are all about. You want to play better players than you, because how are you gonna get better if you don't, right? Like playing at that next level, see what it's like, and it's like, oh, okay, things to take away.
Mm-hmm. So winner semifinals is only best of 3. So Minato has already locked it in. That set's going to be over there. Now, Ryu, not out of the tournament yet. This is double elimination. They are still guaranteed 5th place. So that's already a really great showing from them.
Very much so. Definitely not one to hang your head on. I liked the Nest matchup better. I liked the PK Fire combos. They seemed to they knew some combos with that character. I think that was definitely a more experienced character for them.
They have the potential to win the rest of the tournament still. Anyone can always win the tournament until they're double eliminated. We are going to need to have Minato leave, which I mean, I have power, so we don't have to wait for that.
We do remember you definitely are not out in loser's side when I don't know if anyone was here for the Heka event. Heka goes through losers, goes game 5 in grand final. So goes through losers, gets back into winners for grand finals, gets a game 5 bracket reset win, goes to game 5 again, and then wins. Like it was crazy. An 11-game grand finals.
Oh my god. That was such a long tournament.
Yeah, oh, it was crazy. So, the loss certainly means, frankly, nothing. It just means you can't lose again. That's all it really means.
Yeah, that's not even the first player that we've seen in one of our brackets lose round 1 and win the tournament.
Oh, absolutely, it's not. Yeah, we've seen
one of the very first events we ever ran, we had a Wii Fit trainer do that from Florida, I believe it was. So, yeah, sometimes you lose a match and that lights a fire under you. In the Melee community, I know Mango is very well known for that sort of momentum, that it is loser's bracket Mango that everybody fears. So I remember once I was at a press start in 2015 and saw Mango get DQ'd round 1 because he overslept and got to the venue an hour late and proceeded to just shred everybody in the loser's bracket, and it wasn't even close.
See, it was that extra hour of sleep though. Without that hour, he wouldn't be bodying everybody. You know what I mean? That was the difference. Took the DQ and then just annihilated everybody.
It was a strat, actually.
You knew it would be easier to go through losers, take less energy, and then be more mentally prepared for grand. See, and this is why Mango is just big brain.
See, the thing is, you have to play almost twice as many matches in the losers bracket, so I don't know about conserving energy here.
No, trust. Just run with it. We're giving him credit, alright? Maybe he'll see this one day.
Maybe Mango will love us.
Maybe he's in the viewer list checking. He's not. Very cool.
Alright, well. One can hope. Maybe one day he'll rate us.
Ludwig just pops in, he's like, alright.
Just multiplies our viewer count by literally 100.
Yeah, he's like, alright, boys, today
we're watching greatest esports.
Yeah. We're watching a live esports Smash event.
I was looking at the character for a second like, wait a minute. That's not Zero Suit Samus. Took me a minute. So we got a Zelda out here, very different character in terms of playstyle than Zero Suit. Zero Suit, very mobile, very combo-oriented, has some strong ladder combos and explosive damage. Zelda's a zoner. Zelda tries to stay at the other end of the stage from you and throw things at you. So it's interesting that one player likes both of those playstyles at the same time. You usually see people gravitate towards similar characters with just different matchup spreads, but it's cool to see. Meanwhile, we've got Banjo-Kazooie, bit of a zoner. Does need to get in there to get their KOs, because they only have a couple of different projectiles, and especially against a character like Zelda, who's going to want to keep their distance. It's one of those zoners that does have to approach sometimes. They're not just a hard runaway character like an Olimar would be. Oh, what a beautiful attempt at the snipe there. Almost got him.
I'm shocked it didn't hit. It must have been like, I mean, 1/10 of a second away from making contact.
Yeah.
Okay. That one hit, though.
Zelda definitely does have the tools to keep her distance better than Banjo and Kazooie do here. CYM has to get in there somehow, and, you know, they have some tools for doing it. Like, we see them using the dash attack, the forward air. They always have, you know, a golden feather that they can spend if they think that they can make that connect, but it's not what the character is designed to do best, necessarily. 2 of the golden feathers right then and there. Woof.
I really like this recovery that they're doing with Zelda, where they pull out the knight to protect the ledge guard attempt and then recover. I mean, 5-head. I mean, we don't see very many Zeldas, but I really enjoy, like, it just really just offers almost a free recovery for Zelda.
Zelda's also a very interesting pick for an online event, because getting around her wall of different things that she puts in your way is a very timing intensive thing. If you're playing a rushdown character, you need to time your opening very carefully to get around all of that. And online is going to mess with that. So online Zelda, you know, is a little bit of a meme for being significantly better online than they are in person for that effect that the game is going to have on them.
Interesting. That does make sense.
I know this is late, but glad you appreciate the music at Pokwa, because I was trying to do a thing where I shut it off for the games and then put it on in the middle, but it's too much work. I'll just let it run, you know? Don't know anything about banjo. So it's musical instruments. Very similar to a guitar, just with a different timbre, you know, a lot more tinny. Sorry.
3 strings.
3 strings? Yeah, I mean, any proper banjo, you know, is it really fully functional?
Yeah. Can't use toes.
What kind of weird, like, academic musicologist are you if you got a fully functional banjo?
Every time I think of a banjo, I can't remember what the movie is, but it's like the Red Riding Hood, but like there's a bunch of characters.
Hoodwinked?
And there's like an evil bunny. Yes, Hoodwinked. And they're like,
avalanche is coming down, I do not feel prepared. It's roaring like a mountain lion, I must say that I'm scared. And if not for the witch's curse, you would have heard just how I scream.
That's what I think of every single when I think of a banjo, I think of the goat. Every time. It's so funny. That was a good movie.
Yeah, Yuna, we're still friends. We're connected. You can, yeah, that. I didn't see what you were playing though. So somebody docks. Let's see what Yuna's playing. Smash. Nice. We inspired you. I'm gonna take credit for this. Yeah, banjos are pretty cool. Like, low-key, very interesting musical instrument. I think they have a lot more versatility than the stereotype that we usually think of for them as being, you know, this folk instrument of the United States. But
I prefer the triangle.
all right,
Or the-
switching to the
or the-
Zero Suit here, despite the success of the Zelda.
This suits Banjo and Kazooie better. 'Cause it's much more in-your-face type character, which is what Banjo-Kazooie would want. Compared
Yeah,
to
they
the
are going to
Zelda.
be able to wall her out a lot better. But I will also say, you know, a character with frame data like Zero Suits, there aren't really any losing matchups. They're just matchups that deal with her better than others.
Yeah. And with the way we saw them play
Oh,
with...
they went for it. She gets that down smash, that stun gun into the up B, and that can be a ladder combo. If she does have enough time, she could also do something like a really late up air into double jump up air into up B. Something a little bit more involved like that. It's going to be a little bit more percent dependent, and depend on the weight of the opponent and things like that, but that's the sort of thing that this character can pull off. And it's terrifying. Very safe up smash through the platforms there. It's the sort of thing that you kind of just got to respect against a character with such long hitboxes as Zero Suit has. Zam just knowing the spacing and knowing that he can keep throwing moves out as long as CYM doesn't threaten him. Like the confidence to just, you know, stand there off of the opponent's ledge hop and just up tilt it. You know, Zam has a good understanding of where his opponent can and can't be. Ooh, catches him with just the last hit of the up smash, and that's going to combo into more damage. 31%, 38. Here's the ladder combo. CYM forced to recover low.
Oh, went for the spike. Starting to turn up now.
Still not getting the 2-frame on the down smash there. It keeps looking like it's going to hit. Not quite working. Zam, really wise, deciding not to go all the way out there, but still threatening. I think even if you've decided already that you don't want to go out there for the edge guard, a lot of time it's a good idea to kind of fake that you're going to do it, just to get your opponent to think twice about the recovery angle. Oh, goes all the way out there for the forward air, and the side B will take it.
Wow.
Sam solidly in control right now. There's the berry, and no follow-up on it, actually. Mashes out too fast for even the forward tilt. Typically, you'll see a Banjo and Kazooie go for an upwards hitting attack out of that to try and catch them as they unbury a position like that. Ooh, Zam out there for the KO, and great control over the character to not get over their heads and to have a plan for getting back to the stage. They've labbed that out. They've done that edge guard before. They know exactly what they're looking for, and if they don't get it, they know how to get out. Side B catches CYM, but Zam does not have a recovery planned. So they lose their first stock.
Still
Can't say
very
that they're
much
hurting too bad for it.
Yeah, yeah, that was a... Because the first stock lasted like 1:40 seconds. And they were pretty even, and then suddenly Zam just popped off.
Really great, solid spacing here from Zam. Not an awful lot to complain about, I say, as they get hit.
Yeah, there's a distinct lack of finishing the stock. Or psychology.
Oh, yeah, I thought you had it there. Oh,
Oh, there it is. Oh! Oh, see, we said it was
Banjo
there,
is a
then it
bear.
wasn't.
He is large and heavy, so... Ooh, just goes for it. I respect it. You need the stock early, and that would be one way to get it. But I also have to say, CYM only has 1 feather left. So
Yep.
they're going to have to use that wisely. Because that's the only feather that they're going to get for the rest of the game. Not just, okay, they take
there it
that
is.
stock. They're going to do the rest of it without their side B at this point.
Oh, that's it.
Oof.
Yeah, the recovery was not great. Getting punished by Zam.
Stall falls like that, they're what a lot of people will call first order optimal. There's something that works very early on as you're playing the game, something that is really easy for the player who's doing it to understand, but of intermediate difficulty for someone to counter. Because you need to have the patience to know, okay, this character has a move that can send them downwards very quickly that I need to predict rather than trying to react to in order to punish it, right? So it's something that you're going to get pretty often against lower level players. But one of the first things that a competitive player learns how to do is to stand just to the side of a move like that, so that as soon as it lands, you're already, charging a smash attack ready to hit it. And that's exactly the sort of thing that's going to happen there as Zam punishes the down air from Banjo and Kazooie. So that brings us to winners finals. It's going to be Minato versus Zam. So Minato been playing a whole bunch of big anime sword characters, bunch of they've had the tag Keyblade, right? So they're trying to make Kingdom Hearts references. They're playing Cloud and Sephiroth. They also played Shulk, which is their namesake, Minato Boy. But then they pulled out an Inkling, and that Inkling was, I'm going to say it, probably better than all of their other characters. So it'll be interesting to see who they do end up going with. Zam been sticking mostly to the Zero Suit, but it's shown that they have a Zelda of all things. So curious to see where they end up going with that. Finals Pog, yes. So one piece of this being winners finals is that this will be best of 5. But for those who aren't familiar with competitive tournaments for Smash, this is not the end of the event. Winners finals is really far from the end of it, because this is a double elimination tournament. The way that works is you have, your standard bracket, the single elimination, the way you would expect March Madness to go, where 2 people play each other, and then the loser is out of that bracket. But the loser doesn't leave the tournament in a double elimination system. They go down into the loser's bracket, which is an entirely separate bracket like that, and it keeps getting repopulated by people who are dropping out of the winner's bracket. And the winner of all of losers, so the person who has beaten everybody but the player who's at the very top of the winner's bracket, they get to go back into the winner's bracket to compete against that player in grand finals. So after this match, winners finals, we're going to be dropping down probably into losers semis, maybe losers quarters. Depends on how things time out. And we'll still have a good bit of Smash Ultimate to play from there. But this is a very important match, because even if you make it all the way back through the losers bracket and beat the player who is still in winners in grand finals, they've only lost once. It's a double elimination bracket. They need to lose twice to get knocked out. So you actually have to beat them twice in a row in order to win the tournament from loser's side. So these 2 players, they both have a very good shot of ending up in grand finals anyway, because they've already both made it to the top of the mountain once. But they really want to win this one, so that they only have to win grand finals once to take the tournament. That's a far cleaner way to close it out than banking on being able to beat the person who already beat you once twice in a row.
Yeah.
Takes notes. Oh, yes, exactly. Okay, I see. Thank you. All right. it looks like we have called CYM versus Apokwa. So we're going to be starting after winners finals with losers semifinals. I think that's wise. I think the losers quarters match, it's only a best of 3. This is going to be a best of 5. Chances are this is going to take more time, and we're already going to have that match ready to go by the time we finish with this. So makes a lot of sense to me. Definitely been some good games so far. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this one goes. I think these definitely are 2 of the strongest players in the tournament. They both clearly have a certain amount of competitive experience, and this is going to be a good litmus test for how the rest of the event plays out. Waiting on them to make their stage strikes and character selections. There is a process, for those unfamiliar, of how to pick the first stage, because the stage does determine an awful lot of the success of the match. You know, I'd say, you know, most of it obviously comes down to player skill and their ability to know the matchup and execute on a good game plan for it. But I would say a good, like, 5% or something of what determines your ability to win does come from the stage. If your character KOs off the top really well, a stage with a lower ceiling where you get KO'd off the top earlier is a huge benefit to you. If your character recovers really well, having really big blast zones is going to help you an awful lot because you just survive forever. There are a lot of different stage-specific things that can have a major impact on how the game goes out. So we have a system where the players themselves have control over where they end up playing. They can determine, to some extent, where they're going to play, so that they have control over that. Getting started, and Minato isn't pulling any punches here. They're starting right off the bat with the Inkling. Let's see how this goes. 2 very fast rushdown characters, both of which have a projectile game that can lock you up for sure. But at the end of the day, they're going to get their damage from just kicking you. So we're going to see a lot of fast, technical, up-close gameplay here.
Yeah, I think this could very well be match of the tournament, in my opinion. I think this matchup is going to be pretty honestly top tier.
Inkling gets in with a nice nair and is able to combo that into a rapid jab. Rapid jab from Inkling, worth noting not only because it does like 30 frickin' damage, but also because it's really good at painting your opponent. You can see that Zero Suit Sam is covered in this yellow ink. The mechanic in this game is that the more covered in ink you are, the more damage you take from Inkling's attacks. It's a slight debuff to you. So getting that rapid jab off, not only doing a ton of damage by itself, but increasing the potential for you to do damage in the near future before that wears off. You can see the ink is a little bit slippery, you know, it doesn't stay on the character too long.
Oh,
Zam with a surprise up smash to clean the stock up, and going to play it really safe until they get hit with the roller.
Do it.
Commentator's curse once again for the billionth time in this match so far.
One thing I've noticed right away, Minato, when Zam's recovering is on the ledge, is trying to hard read an up smash. They've done it twice in a row now. I'm going to be interested to see if and when they mix it up, because Zam's already picked up on it.
I love that short hop back air around the roller here. That shows that Zam has a really strong control of their character's air momentum. That's not an easy thing to do, mechanically speaking. Like, if I were to just try that with Zero Suit Samus right now, I'd probably miss it once before I got it. And that's, you know, with competitive experience in other characters. So their confidence to do that online and just consistently hit that, that says a lot about their ability as a player, I think.
Oh, charges up. Okay. Knew they had time because they were stuck in, because Minato was stuck in the animation still. I like that. Damage just...
Ooh,
might do it.
Gets the ground with
deleted.
the down B.
The first little smell of a lead here for somebody, and it's for Minato here.
Minato is the Inkling. Minato is behind
I'm sorry. Damn, my bad.
But yes.
They were on the other side of the screen. I read the name and I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Zam is doing pretty well for themselves, but they themselves get buried into smash attacks.
Yeah.
Both characters have that too. Come to think of it, these are much more similar characters than I would have thought.
They really are.
Oh, there's the stun lock, hits the up B. Not gonna KO yet, but that's good damage. Gets them off stage. And Zam, you know, very threatening on the edge guard. That should KO.
Yeah.
There it is.
Wow.
All right. So Zam able to connect with their setups more consistently in that match than Minato was. I think that comes down mostly to them having hard movement reads, because a lot of those attacks that they were hitting with, they weren't like setups. They weren't like, I'm going to hit you with this light fast move that is unreactable. It's like, I'm going to up smash you in neutral. So that shows a lot of confidence on Zam's part. That also shows that there is some adaptation that I think Minato can do here to play a little bit more defensive, a little bit more safe. It might be that coming off all of those matches where they were able to, you know, flex on their opponents a little bit, pick a bunch of different characters and play to a theme, you know, they weren't having to go all out up until this point in the event so far. And I think it might well be that they still have some habits for punishing lower level players here that they need to shake off a little bit and really tighten things up and only take what's safe for them. They were having some success with the roller. I think they definitely need to be careful about when they use it, because Zam is punishing them pretty effectively for missing that.
Yeah.
But it was the source of a KO earlier. It is going to be a pretty consistent KO setup if you can land it. So.
Yeah, definitely agree. Zam has done a really, really great job of just shielding that and getting the hit out before they get out of that animation. I think just piggybacking off what you said, I do think that's just maybe an overuse or not using it at the right time for the roller for Minato. But I mentioned it earlier in that matchup, the trying to hard read the up smash on the ledge. If they continue to do that, I would imagine Zam is going to capitalize on that and really punish that, because they did it twice and Zam punished it. And so if it continues, it's just free damage for Zam to add on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely one of those things where you're punishing a habit that a lower level player is very likely to have, which is to roll up 100%. From ledge every time.
Yep.
Every player, you know, just has this intuitive understanding of the game that I don't want to be on the ledge. In fact, I don't want to be standing up on top of the ledge. I want to be closer to center stage. It's safer there. And you may not have that thought consciously, which makes it a little bit more difficult to get rid of the habit. But what a lot of people will do is they'll have an experience where they roll up from the ledge, and that makes an opponent's edge guard attempt whiff and gives them center stage. And that's a really effective way of getting back on the stage when you're able to get that scenario. But the problem is a competitive player knows that everybody develops that habit. Literally everybody who plays this game gets into the habit where they're rolling up from ledge too often. And it's a process of playing competitively that strips that of you, or strips you of that. So it's kind of a test of how experienced the players are, I guess. So we'll see if Minato is going to be able to tighten that up. They're going in for the Mithra instead. So still a very fast character with good neutral game. But Pyra also, we've seen them switching to Pyra particularly early. Like, they're switching once their opponent is not at 0% anymore, which is interesting. I say as they switch back. Typically what you see is the Mithra stays out until maybe mid%, so you'd say something like 60% or so, because Mithra has higher combo potential, and it's once you start getting into those mid% that you're running out of the opportunity to get combos. Pyra, on the other hand, has larger single-target explosive damage and knockback, which is better for KOing, but she's also slower, which makes it a little bit harder for her to make things work in neutral. Beautiful!
Ooh, great combo.
Oh my god, I love that confirmed there. I want to see more of that. That looks like bread and butter. That looks consistent. That looks like something they're going to be able to hit. And I love that they were able to do that even right after they had transformed, after they had tagged out. So Minato in really good shape right now. I love the use of the projectile there. Unfortunately, you saw them air dodge down after that. When you side B, Pyra does not have the ability to use her sword at all anymore because it's out there in front of her. So, like, most of her moves just don't work at that point. Everything is sword-based for her. I think she might be able to grab or something. Maybe. I haven't tested that part out, but, like, any aerial, any grounded attack, it's just, she's not going to do anything because she doesn't have her sword yet.
Yeah, the spacing right now from Minato is just, frankly, top tiers. Pretty much avoiding any combos, any sort of combo starting attacks
beautiful.
From Zam, and just, I mean, it's a full stock lead.
They've got their setups with Pyra figured out, and that might be the reason that they're sticking with the Pyra, even in situations where more people would go with the Mithra instead. Yes, you are sacrificing a little bit in the neutral, but if you're consistently, you know, getting those hits you need in neutral, Pyra is going to have some hard-hitting combos that are pretty, you know, consistent, as we can see, to execute.
Oh, that was punished.
That is a really good edge guard for Pyra using the neutral B, because it's got such a huge hitbox around her. She can just run off the stage and cover a giant area below it and get back safely afterward. That up B probably getting KO.
That was
Sam
great
not out
from
of this
Sam.
game yet, only 72%, but really needs to find a way in around these big disjointed sword attacks. Because getting hit with those is, it's just dealing too much damage for Zam to be able to make back up. They need to be doing better in neutral to avoid those. And this is part of why...
Oh,
nice.
let's go shield early. Okay.
Part of why I was surprised that they're sticking with Pyra for so long is that Pyra is weaker in neutral than Mithra is, because she's just slower. Slower attacks are always going to be worse. She's also slower moving. So the fact that Minato was able to keep pace with a fast character like Zero Suit, I want to, you know, obviously compliments to Minato there for making it work, but I feel like that's also an issue on the side of Zam, that they should be able to weave in and around these hitboxes, bait them out, you know, make them miss a little bit better with the character that they have. I will say Zero Suit Samus is a really big target, so that can make it a little bit more difficult, but even so, she has a lot of mobility options. I want to see them kind of baiting attacks out and punishing these really big committal swings that we're seeing out of the Pyra player.
Yeah, there was a moment in there where Zam had grabbed some momentum and kind of found the distance, was able to play around it, but it did not last very long. If they could extend that out, you know, keep the distancing, play around the hits from Pyra, I think it could be, I mean, it wasn't that far off. For, you know, it was not that, like, one-sided at all in that match.
Alright, here we go. Going to Lylat instead. Lylat is a very polarizing stage. It's a stage that tends to unbalance matchups more. So that's why it's counter pick only. It's a stage that is only available to the losing player of the previous game. It's never going to be the first stage that the players play on, because that stage is supposed to be as neutral as possible. So I think one thing that Zam is probably looking for here is up smashes up through the platforms. It's very easy to get stuck up on these platforms. It's very easy to get juggled in these positions. And that would be something that Zam would be able to accomplish very well with his character. First of all, the up air strings into up B, massive up B there from Minato to take the stock. But also, you know, Zam's punish game benefits really well from their opponent being stuck up above them. Still, Minato playing really well on the stage here. They're just not getting put in that punish position. all that often. Zam respecting the aerials there, doing a little bit better a job of getting a punish off of Monato's positioning, but not able to execute and really get anything big going. Great forward tilt there to avoid the neutral B. I like that they're respecting the large hitboxes Pyra has. At some point, you've got to figure out the timing and get in to punish them with more than just like a jab or a dash attack. You know, you want to be getting your KO confirms. Because like, neutral B is a massive commitment for Pyra. She is going to be frozen in place for a while when that move is done. And you want to be there with a hitbox ready to go. Beautiful. Scoops him with an up smash. Zam's got him right where he wants him. But good shielding. I feel like Zam moved just a little bit too far away and let Monato down.
Yeah, went
I
off
want
to
to see
the
them
side.
keep the pressure up.
Nice.
Ooh, beautiful.
There we go.
Scoops him.
Tries to read the high off the ledge, but
Ooh.
it didn't happen. Oh, Sam goes up.
Oh, and there's
let's
the
go
neutral
shield.
B. Yep.
There's a lot of Sam more than 5 times now has pulled the shield away when it wasn't close to breaking or anything.
I think what we're
I'm
seeing
not sure
there
why.
is that Zam is having trouble figuring out when it's safe to drop shield and dropping shield in time to get the punish off.
I should do
Like
it.
I was talking about earlier, I was saying that, you know, they need to be going for harder punishes on the really high commitment options. Well, in order to get those, they need to be acting sooner. They need to be moving towards the opponent to get those attacks off with enough time that they can commit to their own options and
There we
still
go.
have their opponent in hit lag. Or in, I should say hit lag. That's not really what it is. It's in recovery frames.
Yeah.
So that's Zam just being too eager to pull the trigger on their punish before the move is done.
This is great from Zam right now. Just playing around every hit so well. Shielding it, timing, punishing the play. I mean, this is what we've been looking for. Look
Great
at this.
dash attack. And a lot of this has been, you know, stage dependent. Massive down B spike. You cannot run off against that. Against a
Wow.
Zero Suit Samus like that. She will put you straight down into the bottom blast zone.
That last minute of play from Zam was exactly what I was looking for. Shielding at the right time, reading the plays, keeping the distance, punishing the overcommits. I mean, was absolutely perfect gameplay from them in the last minute.
I am liking when they have a hard call out on Monato and they're just kind of going for it. But I also feel like something we were seeing earlier in the previous match where we saw Zam against, I think, CYM, was that they were just kind of standing in place and letting their opponent run into them. They were kind of like putting a hitbox out there with the expectation that their opponent would run into it. And I feel like a little bit of that bled into their play against Monato, but Monato, with their competitive experience, I think is forcing them to play a little bit more aggressively to really force the openings that they get rather than just letting their opponents run into things, blunder into things. So I think that Zam is starting to play a little bit more proactively in that regard, and I think that's helping them a lot.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I think that in this matchup, there is much less of they're going to give you an opening. Zam is having to make the openings versus, you know, like what you were saying is like, I'm going to throw this out and then they're just going to kind of run into it because they're not reading it, versus Monato is reading it and not just letting things happen to them. You know, like you said, they very much are. There is much more proactive game, and we saw it there at the end. I think Zam is starting to pick up on it now. I would not be if Zam can recreate the last minute of gameplay for 3 minutes. I think Zam takes this set. I really do. It was perfect for me on that last minute of gameplay from them.
Yeah, Monato came back with a character counter pick, and it worked for one game. but
Yep.
they've just lost with that character that they won on the counter pick. So I feel like Pyramithra might still be their best option here. It has been pretty close between the two of them there, and I think the Inkling was lagging behind a bit more. Oh, Joker! Okay, we haven't seen this out of Bonato yet, but this is an interesting one. So Joker doesn't have a sword. Joker is not a disjoint character. Joker is a lot more fast-paced, in-your-face, trying to outspeed you and go for KO confirms that they set up for themselves. Right now, it's working pretty well for them. I like the defensive play so far from Minato. I think they're spacing pretty well, I say as they get hit. And there's Arsene. Oh, and this is the perfect time to have him. This is a really scary edgeguard position. Zam just gets over him. Minato not respecting the extra mobility of Zero Suit Samus's down B there.
Good dodge on the up smash.
And Zam just playing it safe here, actually able to set up the ledge trap. So they don't need to play it safe at that point, but I like that they're sitting back and shooting the projectile, knowing that at that moment, Minato only has a few seconds left of Arsene, and if they can just play it safe and stall that out, it's going to be a lot safer and a better fight for them if they take it once Arsene is gone. Really good punish there from Zam. I don't like the side B afterward, but I like them not continuing with the up air string. A lot of newer players would just go for it and be like, I can up air forever. And sometimes you can't get that second up air. You know, sometimes it's not guaranteed. It's hard to read all of the different situations. And so just stepping back and playing for position instead, once you know that your combo is over, is a mark of a really strong player.
Oh, he
There's
gets
the
it
stun gun
again.
into the up B.
Not gonna do it though. Oh, that.
But,
Nope, nope.
yeah, Minato's got to find a way to recover with this character. Their up B is tricky because it's going to snap them to the ledge every time. That's one of the disadvantages of a tether character. It's a very, consistent, guaranteed way to get to the ledge. But sometimes you don't want to go for the ledge. Sometimes you want to go up over the top of the ledge. Sometimes you want to recover high. And a grapple recovery doesn't give you the opportunity to do that. This is looking very solidly in Zam's favor right now. I don't think, since the beginning of the game, with that first stock or so, that Minato has really had a way in. He's losing a lot of the neutral exchanges here. Now, I think one thing that you can say for the Joker choice is that at least Minato now knows, even if they lose this game, okay, that didn't really pan out for me. That didn't really work too well. I either need to change up my game plan on the Joker or just pick a different character. And that's good information to know because, again, this is only winners finals. This isn't grands. Yes, Zam has won winners finals and has checked their ticket into grand finals, but Minato is 100% not out of this tournament yet. And really, they stand a very good chance of being able to make it back into grands. And now, once they make it into grands, they have tried 3 different characters out against Zam. They have a lot of data on which of their characters might work. So maybe they go into grands now playing the right character the entire time, and they have a better opportunity to take the set. They haven't dropped that game 1 in the Inkling matchup. They haven't dropped that 4th game as the Joker. If they just play the whole thing out with Pyramithra, they've got a 50% win rate on that. That's a pretty close match. That's going to be a good grand finals to watch. Now, they haven't made it to grand finals yet. They will still have to play 1 more set in order to get in there. And we're not going to see that set right away. We're going to start off, I believe, with losers semifinals, which is between Mike and Ipoqua. This match is still only best of 3, Mike, we saw earlier, they were playing Ganondorf, swinging a lot, lots of kind of free-for-all strats. Just put out big hitbox, hope opponent runs into it sort of thing. Apokwa, just seeing, those two sets that we did see of Mike playing and Apokwa playing, I would probably anticipate... Oh, they actually played. This is a rematch of winners round 1. I was going to say, wait, weren't these two the very first two people we saw play? Apokwa took that one 2-0. And I was going to say, based on their play styles, I would anticipate that being Apokwa taking it again. So we'll see if Mike has any more tricks up their sleeve. I'm curious what the origin of Apokwa is, like, etymologically, where that comes from. Maybe it's just something that sounds cool. It's kind of like, it's giving me Epona from Legend of Zelda vibes, the horse. All right. Mike and Apokwa both here. Sixth grade science homework. I had to unscramble the word, and it's opaque. That's really interesting. It's like obscured, because if something is opaque, you can't see through it, and the word is scrambled. I don't know, maybe there's some of that into it. That's interesting. Or maybe you just started gaming in the 6th grade and that was the first thing on your mind. I don't know. It's honestly kind of how it worked for me for a while. A lot of people forget that gamers choose their tags when they start gaming, which is often pretty young. So it's often not the literary masterpiece that you would be expecting from someone of the age of the player. Sometimes it's just, oh yeah, this is a funny thing that happened to me in 7th grade.
Ganondorf.
Yep. We actually saw this matchup between these two players round 1 of the tournament. Apokwa I don't think was on the Joker, but Mike was playing the Ganondorf then as well. Ooh, swinging with that up smash is really risky against a character that has a counter, because counters multiply damage and knockback by a scaling factor. So you do that against a counter, you're getting hit with something that is stronger than Ganondorf's up smash. That's not pleasant to get hit by.
It's no Bowser two-footed hit, though.
The drop kick.
Best move in the game.
He's actually got 2 drop kicks, which is the crazy thing. His dash attack and his forward smash are both a drop kick.
The forward smash, though, the big toe poke is so good.
Big and meaty. Ooh, the shield break into the easy forward smash KO for Apokwa. Oh, goodness.
Wow, this is... I think the speed difference is really just coming into play here.
Mm-hmm. Ganondorf, not traditionally a high-tier character in 1v1s. Tends to see a lot more success in free-for-alls.
Oh, my. Oh.
And we've got a 3-stock, ladies and gentlemen.
That 0 to stock was 3 consecutive grabs. Reads the... I mean, my goodness. That was... Wow.
Definitely a dominant showcase. I would postulate, speculate, propose the theory that Mike is familiar largely with playing in larger groups of people. Because doing things like throwing out an up smash in neutral is really good when people have more than one player that they have to account for.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to miss that a player is charging that attack when there's so much more going on screen. And so people are often rewarded in those situations for throwing out big smash attacks. But in a competitive environment where there are no stage hazards, no items, it's just you and your one opponent, they're spending all of their attention focusing on you. They see what you're doing, they catch those little telegraphs, and they're going to punish you pretty hard for swinging when you don't have a guaranteed opening. And it's in those situations that Ganondorf falls flat a little bit. He doesn't have the fastest neutral options. He has to kind of operate on movement predictions, putting hitboxes where he thinks his opponent will be. Because a lot of the time, he doesn't have an option that's fast enough to just hit them right away in a way that's not reactable. Mike is doing a better job, I would say, on this stock of playing the neutral game. Throwing out some moves like back airs that are a lot faster, a lot more viable. Let's see, I like that move out of shield, calling out Apokwa's out of shield option. But Apokwa still has not lost that first stock. And so every bit of damage that Mike takes here... Oh no, doesn't actually recover successfully. It's another thing. Ganondorf's recovery is very linear. You know pretty much exactly where he's going to have to be in the air to make it back to the ledge. So Joker can just go out there and shoot him. He's got a gun. Ganondorf took until this game before he ever actually used the sword. Actually, no, wait. Was it Smash 4 where he started using the sword? I can't remember. In Brawl, he had a taunt where he just picked the sword up and didn't do anything with it. It's like thinking, should I use this? Nah, I don't need a big disjointed hitbox. I'm Ganondorf. Fortunately, Joker is able to deal with that. So that is going to be it for losers semifinals. Apokwa takes it 2-0 over Mike. So that will set up a losers finals between Apokwa and Minato. These two were... Wow. Apokwa's just getting the entire list of rematches here, isn't he? So Apokwa played Mike round 1, beat them, and then they played Minato round 2 and lost to them 2-1. And now here they are repeating that sequence, at least in the first set, beating Mike 2-0 once more. Now they have to play against Minato. They did take a game last time, so this is within the realm of possibility for them. But they did also lose the last round, and this is a Minato who is well warmed up, who is now using their main characters. So this could be a more difficult contest than they've had in the past. See how it goes. Anybody's guess who Minato decides to play for this match. Ends up going with the Shulk. Been a while since we've seen the Shulk out of Minato here. Devi wanted the Joker mirror. Devi's a big Joker fan. Apokwa getting a great setup to start things off. That's beautiful. Not able to get the grab, and so they're going to get shield grabbed, and That
Wow.
3-move combo did so much more damage than all of the cool stuff the Joker just did.
It would be like that sometimes. Oh, tried to hard read the high recovery.
Pretty much dead even so far, but Joker with Arsene. Minato playing extremely safely, just trying to zone. Ooh, that forward smash put them in a really vulnerable position. And Apokwa just going to be able to go all the way off stage, get that edge guard. So solid start, solid start for Apokwa. They got everything they needed out of that Arsene. And we'll see what else they can get in the meantime before he is able to make his way back into the battle. Oh, okay. I was worried Minato went down too far there.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
They've got jumps, so they're going to be fine making it back here. Big forward smash. And it doesn't KO. Are you kidding me? There's Arsene again. Oh, but they get KO'd with Arsene. So down goes the meter. Apokwa having to start from square one on that. So Minato lucky getting that KO when they did. Off stage with the forward throw, tries to control space with that up smash. We saw them earlier doing that to Zam with the up smash on Inkling. So it seems to be just kind of a pattern that they have, something they go for. Massive down air, catches the Arsene recovery. Joker's recovery changes when he has Arsene. It's no longer a grappling hook that's going to bring them right to the ledge. It is still something that you aim. It's a dash, a jump, if you will. And great ledge hop with the down air there to just spike him out of it from Minato. So Apok was in the lead earlier on, but they just, oh my goodness, the edge guard from Minato takes it right back. That looked so doable from Apokwa for the first half of the game, and then Minato just gimped him twice. Gave him maybe 100% total across those two stocks. So we're just sticking to the shulk. Looks like they got a different color going on. I don't know if that was what they intended there. That might be why they dropped out. Yeah, they're switching back to their correct color. Scared me a little bit there for a second. I thought that the message, the battle is about to start, took just a little bit longer than it usually does. Small battlefield is the choice here from Apokwa. I think that makes a lot of sense. These platforms play really well into Joker's game. He has a really, really strong combo, kind of sort of an infinite. If he gets someone locked above him on that platform, he can do pull down up airs on them and keep them locked in place on top of that platform. So this plays really well into Joker's strengths. Massive forward smash there, going to take it Apokwa off to a really nice lead. Minato going to have to make a comeback like they did last time. Hitting them with a couple of those side Bs. Those side Bs, you can see the damage still ticking down from them. It doesn't do a lot of damage up front, so it's not going to do a lot of knockback or anything like that, but the damage does rack up over time. It's a really interesting mechanic, and they're one of the only projectiles in the entire game that really work like that. Big counter. You can't just be attacking the Joker like that when they're not in stun or committing to something. So Minato in a lot of trouble right now for this game. Get a big forward smash, but even that isn't enough damage. And this up smash, Apokwa's just going to punish that every single time. That up smash habit, I'm glad that you pointed it out earlier, Eyes, because we're seeing that even with different characters here.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's It's not going to connect. Dash attack will knock him off the side, though. He gets the jump a bit of Monado art, which is pretty clutch, given that they are going to need to do some jumping here. Oh, and they lose it! They lose it right when they need to recover again, and Apokwa with the 3 stock for Game 2 after losing Game 1 of Losers Finals. Nothing changed except the stage.
The vibe was off, you know?
That was just Apokwa not getting gimped again. They're like, all right, you got me at like 50% a couple of times. But if that doesn't happen, I win neutral.
That's all it takes sometimes.
All right, Monado switching off onto the Sephiroth.
Okay.
This was a character that they beat Apokwa on before. They made this switch on Game 3 of their set. Which we saw on stream earlier.
Looking pretty good so far.
Wow.
Can't hit it.
That up B not quite going to KO, but they can just do it again.
Ooh, this is dangerous. Dodge is out of it.
Seems like Apokwa might be having some challenges dealing with the extra range that Sephiroth is bringing.
Wow.
Just kind of not dodging up Bs, though. I think that's something that, especially after having played a set against this before, that's something that, you know you have to respect at this point. Ooh, counters a little too early, and Keyblade gonna counter that. I should say Monado, but keep reading off of their tags.
Counter.
Kick. Okay. Apokwa's back up and even stocks. Is this a comeback here? Not respecting the uppie again. It's got a pretty long telegraph. Something they've got to watch.
Wings and misses. Oh.
Playing this really well as Apokwa so far. Brought it basically back to even. Haven't gotten hit in a hot minute. Commentator's curse.
He done speaked it.
Goes all the way out there, doesn't find it. Neither of them end up getting KO'd for that. Good patience from Apokwa. They get in with a dash attack. Not going to be able to find the KO from that attack, but the more of these edge guard situations they get put in, more options they've got. Beautiful use of the invincibility from Apokwa there to dodge the projectiles. It's basically the only option that they had to avoid getting comboed into.
Ooh, caught on platform.
Ooh. This is scary for Monado here.
Oh. And Counter's first. Yeah.
Pretty even. Those projectiles going to charge his meter a little bit, but while he's stuck in that animation, Monado doing the smart thing and applying pressure.
Both dodging.
Ooh, gets countered. Only has the up B left at this point, and that gets countered away. They just don't have the recovery range to make it. Apokwa takes game 3.
Wow. That was well played.
All right, maybe Apokwa's figured something out here. Monado now has to win 2 in a row in order to make it back into Grands against, get the rematch versus Zam.
Shake off the cold and the night. What are you waiting for? Towing the line, blind the bounds, sever the ties, holding you down. It's your time to turn it around. Cracking the code, taking your aim, taking for
I would just like to make a contribution really quickly to the Discord.
all that you found, all you see. Circles it down on endless repeat. Starting now, you gotta believe.
He's asleep.
What are you waiting for?
It's really cute how he's got his like paws out, making a pillow for himself out of them. Very human-like. All right, anyway, we got a Pyramithra, the third character choice for Monado in this match. Potentially the last one. Oh no, especially if they keep doing that. That's unfortunate.
That's gonna hurt. Oh.
See, it's that's what they were looking for. They were looking for doing that with Pyra, but with Mithra they fell too fast.
So much heavier with our set play. I might. Oh. Okay. That was unfortunate. Missed the ledge. Didn't recover.
Alrighty. Throw the up air. Folk, we're gonna punish that up B out of shield every day of the week. Big forward smash. And the
Goes
back
out.
air goes all the way out there. Beautiful edge guard from Apokwa. They're poised to take this set right here, right now. They've got the grab. They've got our send. That's going to be a lot of damage. Not as much as it could have been, probably. And Monado, ooh, that almost KOs. They do that one more time. That's going to do it for sure. Oh, they go in for their
great shield.
for a strong dash attack.
Oh wow, great
Almost does it. He
distancing.
goes all the way out there, but the recovery is high from Monado this time, and Apokwa actually goes out too far. Goes for a hard F smash read.
Yeah.
Doesn't find it. And Monado goes for a hard read, which is even scarier because they're at 100-something%. Back air doesn't quite do it, but another one would from the same position. Forward smash will as
great
well.
distancing.
Apokwa has beaten Monado after losing to them in winners and will advance to grand finals.
The distancing there at the end from Apoko was just perfect.
Yeah, the Joker is definitely warming up. Debbie with the pom-poms. Debbie wants to see more Joker. Okay, here it is. Grand Finals, Apokwa coming from loser's side. Meaning, remember, that Apokwa will need to win this set, then win another best of 5 set that will start over as soon as they have won that set. So that's what they have to do to take this tournament. Zam, they win once and it's over. Because Apokwa has already lost one set in this tournament, so they will have been double eliminated at that point in time.
Yep.
Challenge is taking a really long time to load. Just taking a nice little break, enjoying the music. Grand finals coming up here. Those of you who tuned in a little bit more recently, didn't hear my spiel from the beginning of the event. We are Bravest Esports. We're a third-party vendor that has been hired out by the school to run this event on their behalf. Our goal is to bring esports to local grassroots communities wherever they may spring up, and to help them with their production, with their organizing, just anything that they need to get themselves off the ground and become a more functional esports pipeline. Get players going, get players started with esports, develop their abilities, get them to the point where they can stand on their own 2 feet at tournaments, and be a part of the community in a larger, more significant way. So if you're interested in any of our other offerings and having us run an event someplace else, check out bravest.com. We also do a number of different shows on this Twitch channel. It isn't just tournaments that we run here. On Tuesdays, we have a show called Squid School, where we talk about Splatoon, competitive Splatoon. On Wednesdays, we have The MOBA Show, where Simon talks about League of Legends. And on Thursdays, you guys might be interested in this one, we have the Platform Fighter Show. Currently, we're playing Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, but we plan to rotate the roster of games that we're playing on that every month or so. So we'll go from Nick All-Stars to maybe some Slap City, some Rivals of Ether, get some other platform fighters out there that y'all might be interested in being platform fighter players yourself. Anyway, we're getting into it. We got Zam on the Sheik. The first time we've seen them play this character all tournament. This isn't a bad time to experiment. They've got a whole set to burn if they want to here before they have to win something. And might be a time to try out a new character against a tricky opponent without really having as much of a risk. So maybe they're just trying to see, hey, for future reference, does my Sheik work?
Does it work?
Looking good so far. Pretty even here. Sheik's gonna play especially safely. I'm so sorry that I say things, Sam. It's my job, you know? I hate to do it to you. Good forward smash, though. Could potentially be the stock here for Zam. Poke was able to make it back, but still on the back foot. Finally able to get in with a nair, and that'll break things up a little bit. A little bit of extra damage. Still nothing huge that the Poke was being able to land. Oh, this might be bigger.
Cool. Great spot dodge.
So grab, throws him off stage. At this point, 50% I would consider a lead. Zam threatening to go for the up B, but decides better of it.
Yeah, I'm already looking 144, not in our Sen. Like, where's like the final hit from Zam here with Sheik?
That's the hardest thing about Sheik as a character. Sheik is a character with a phenomenal neutral game, a great recovery, lots of mobility, very fast, good frame data. Just doesn't have very many good kill confirms.
Yeah.
So players will routinely live till 150+%, just because it's so hard for Sheik to find that finishing hit.
Yeah. I don't think that Sheik is coming back out.
That was a phenomenal one right there. The drag down up air into the down smash. But you really don't want to be pulling that out at 180%.
Yeah.
Seen Apokwa's capacity to tack on a lot of extra damage. They're going to get Arsene and Cycles here. This is a really tough win for Zam to pull back.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because, I mean, without Arsene, Joker's very, very light. And if you're going up to 150 and then adding on Arsene, like, that's a difficult task to try and take the stocks. I think I think they go back to Samus probably.
Yeah, we'll
Zero
have to
suit,
see.
I guess.
There it is. Apokwa makes quick work of it. Low percent 2 stock.
Yep. I'm shocked. I'm shocked on game 1 that you pull out a character you haven't used all tournament and give your opponent momentum. Because they just came off a pretty strong losers finals, and then going with a character that you haven't used all event and lose. You know, that's a pretty large moment. Like if you're looking at it from like a momentum like morale booster, I mean that is huge for them, right? You're taking game 1 of grand finals. You just came off huge set. I don't know. I think that was just kind of an odd choice.
I think it can make sense in the sense of the long game. Maybe not for this particular set, but this is the one set out of all of the sets that Zam has played so far that he cares least about winning. And that extra information that they get that, okay, this character is not someone that I should try to switch to and rely on at the last minute at a crucial time I need to clutch it out, that I really should just stick with the Zero Suit. You know, they've got that information for set 2 now. Or maybe they're just training up a new character and they're going to spend the entire time on this first set just trying to play that character before they rely on themselves to clutch it out, close it out with the Zero Suit on set 2.
Yeah, potentially.
I think what they decide to do character-wise here will say a lot about what they're thinking. Yeah, okay, they're going back to the Zero Suit.
That's what I thought they were gonna do.
Alrighty. Seen this stage earlier in Zam versus Minato. Zam seemed to have a pretty good understanding of their punish game here. This was their counter pick for this set here. So this is a stage that they wanted to play on. I think it makes a lot of sense. They have the ability to use that top platform as Zero Suit Samus as well as any other character in the game. As we've seen just there,
Wow.
if they'd done that off a top platform, that'd be a stock.
It wasn't far off.
Mm-hmm.
Counter. Well, great follow-up.
Going to be able to use the down B to recover here, and great low recovery with the up B to avoid getting poked or something. Gets the grab, forward throw off. Charges a smash attack, not something that Pokwa is going to run into there. Beautiful back
Great
air.
follow-up.
We've seen that jump off, double jump back air against a couple of different recovery options so far, and Zam is so consistent with it. Zam's in his comfort zone right now.
Yeah, very, very much feeling this matchup. Just doing, I mean, just kind of doing everything right. All right, well, okay. Very cool. Should have just said nothing. That stock's my fault. It's still 3-3 or 3-2.
Well, they got a good amount out of that stock. They've still got a significant lead. Up tilt, not going to get caught with the up B though as a Pokwa. Pokwa in a good position right now. Got center stage control. They're doing a good job of baiting Zam in and getting punish hits without getting hit themselves. Starting to clutch up a little bit. Now Zam can get the KO here and now before they take much more damage. They still have a bit of a lead. Oh, but they're not. Apokwa takes it back.
Pretty low percent to lose the stock there.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of snuck up on him. Oh, and Apokwa's not done yet. They've got more follow-ups. Zam goes for the up B, and this time Apokwa is out of there.
Oh, great spot dodge.
Oh, that might be it. Oh, that back air lands. I feel like Zero Suit is gone.
Good counter. Wow.
This has been a really successful Arsene for Apokwa here. Even if they get KO'd here, they did their job.
Yeah, 106%. That is a strong lead.
And the up smash will do it, so Zam not out of this yet. They do have Rage as well, working in their favor. Still not where you want to be.
No, they are decently off Arsene, however.
I don't know if I agree with the raw up smash in neutral at this percent. At this point, you need to do damage. No! Okay, okay. I thought for a second. That was so scary for Apokwa. Well managed. Good recovery there.
It's gonna take one, like, smash attack and Zam's dead. Great dodge.
Oh, and the counter will do it. Zam almost staging a comeback there at the end. The lead is swinging back and forth so wildly. It's hard to tell who's going to have the momentum at the end here with these characters.
Yeah, the lead is just swinging. It really is a pretty crazy matchup in that last one.
Mm-hmm. Apokwa now on reset point. They only need to win one game to reset grand finals and be on even footing with Zam. Zam's going to need to win 3 in a row to take it set 1. Going to need to force a game 5 here. Honestly, they're going to need to figure something out, I think. I think that based on what we've seen, they need to up their game a little bit, just be a little bit more consistent to be able to win 3 straight, you know? Because, yes, Zam has a counter pick stage right here, but that last game was on a counter pick of their own, and even if they win on that counter pick again here, or rather win when they didn't last time, they then have to win on 2 of their opponent's counter picks. Like, the deck is really stacked against them. But it all comes down to the individual play. You take it one game at a time, you see what you can do. Decided to go to Kalos, which is interesting. This is traditionally a pretty strong Joker stage in my understanding. But maybe they just really like it as Zero Suit as well. Using that Zair to pretty great effect, keeping Apokwa out. Ooh. Good job coming down from Apokwa. Zam playing very safe. Just keeping their distance. They run in for a cheeky dash attack here and there, but they've burned Arsene down really well. Take one hit there, but that's looking like all that Arsene will do. Great patience on Zam's part, not charging a smash attack or anything like that. Waiting to see what their opponent does. Beautiful offstage edge guard as well. That's honestly clippable. Gets the berry. Not going to get much follow. Oh, never mind. They're going to get a lot of follow-up off of that. Nice. Zam, gotta feel pretty happy with where they're at right now. Got a good decent amount of damage. And even if they get KO'd here, all right, big whoop. Now they don't have Arsene anymore, you know?
It might just survive the Arsene.
Right. Ooh, go in a little too hard for the forward air. No punish on that, though.
160 is pretty high for Poqua. They're not going to be overly content with a 160 and having not taken the stock yet.
I like the way that Apokwa is positioning here. He's noticing that Zam is giving him a lot of space in his center stage. Zam has been playing from the edges a lot more, like starting something from the far left or far right side and then going in. And so Apokwa is just saying, okay, if you're going to retreat, I'm going to take away all of the space that you just gave me. Zam, though, great wall jump recovery there.
For just a second, I thought they were about to pull the lead back.
Yeah. Zam, again, very confident on the movement with this character. That was something we were commenting on earlier. They just clearly are a Zero Suit Samus main. They've been playing this character a significant amount, competitively speaking.
Oh,
they just know how
and
they're
they've
moving.
exchanged the lead. Okay. Okay.
So, last stock
Yeah.
on
Very
potentially
cool.
the deciding game of set 1 of Grand Finals here. Zam needs to take this to remain in set 1 to avoid the reset.
And a good start to doing that.
Mm-hmm. Poqua able to get their feet on the ground, though. Zam puts them back up in the air. This is good damage for Zam. Poqua has Arsene out. This is a really important Arsene.
Cool.
If they're able to use this effectively, it could swing things back in their favor.
Very much so. If they can get to that 100% range, I think that would be a pretty successful one.
They want the KO at this point. An Arsene back air does it. Oh, and there's the counter butt.
Pretty
They
even
might
on
actually
damage.
get enough meter to get Arsene back because of the counter. Doesn't need it.
Smash.
Forward smash does it.
I went to say hard read in forward smash, and I said hard smash. They knew what I meant.
Yeah, I mean, accurate.
Yeah,
It's a smash attack.
But
Hit
I
pretty
wasn't
hard.
wrong. Yeah. Technically right.
All right.
Wow.
Zam got 3-0'd in set 1 of Grand Finals.
Yeah, this is... it's interesting. It really is. I wonder how much that first game is going to really matter. Like I said, I think that can be a huge momentum swing coming out of losers and winning the first game of Grand Finals. I think that's huge psychologically, and that that could have given the confidence that Apokwa needed to just kind of hold their nerves and just keep playing their game. And I mean, 3-0 Grand Finals coming out of losers, that's huge.
Worth noting that Apokwa and Zam had not played up until this point.
Correct.
So Apokwa was not, knocked down into losers by Zam. It was by Minato who Zam beat. So, in those situations, sometimes you do end up in those kind of rock, paper, scissors triangle things where one player beats the other player beats the third, and the third player beats the first. And for this tournament, that was kind of how this has played out so far. Oh, beautiful wait. They wait out the spot dodge, just charging the smash attack longer. I love that. Great movement bait
well
from
done.
Zam. You know that they've done that 15 times to people already this tournament.
Yeah.
And how smooth it was.
They really have to. We've seen a couple on stream.
Mm-hmm.
Great shield parry.
There's that B reverse stun gun again. They're going for it a lot, and it is going to get to a point here where Apokwa just sees that coming, but it worked out to get them to stock earlier, so it's done what it needed to for this game at least.
Oh.
Ooh, they've used their down B. Just grapple straight the ledge. Zero Suit has so many recovery options. She's got a tether grab, she's got the down B, she's got the up B. And they're all relatively quick, relatively safe. All right, this is Apokwa's chance to kind of equalize, and they're doing a pretty good job so far. It's pretty even. Oh, Zam all the way out there, going for the... They get some extra damage, but are not able to finish the stock off. Surprised Zam didn't go for a... I guess they don't have a fast enough grab to punish that, huh? Ooh, counter.
Yeah.
Poke was getting in there. The back air will finish it off, though. Zam maintains their lead.
73%. Up there a little bit, but a lead is the lead.
There's that nice up smash, and they get him on the platform, too. That's huge. The Poke forced to recover the ledge. Aren't able to make it back from that, but...
Great spot dodge.
Off the up tilt. Recognizing they need a fast move. There's our Sen. Side B goes out. Side B goes out again, but this one counter.
If you're a Pokwa, you need to take this stock so you can have Arsene for the next... or a little bit into the next stock. They're not going to have it.
There it is. Arsene did his job, amping up the power of that forward air a little bit. Oh, Poke was... Oh, he's got such a good setup right now. That's all of the damage the Joker wants. It's dead even at this point. Oh, but the back air. Beautiful RAR back air. Oh, going all the way out there for the edge guard. Not able to find it.
This is pretty much even at this point. I don't know if... Pogo's going to be lucky to get Arsene back.
Up tilt. Oh, but he's got it now. Because you get charged for getting hit. So this is anyone's game now.
I knew they're going to be high on
so safe. Or just get the KO right then and there. Zam
does it. Wow.
Putting himself on the board. Game 1 of Grand Final Set 2. The first game that he's taken off of Pokwa. And right when it starts counting.
Wow.
Wham bam, thank you Zam.
One thing about a Pokwa is a lead is just, it's just never really a lead. They always pull it back.
Yeah, Joker is such a great comeback mechanic for them. Because as you're taking damage, that's just charging your meter more. So you almost think as their opponent, like, you want to be KOing them strategically at certain times to remove that as a potential threat. But in practice, it doesn't really work out that way, you know? Of course you want to KO them fast. It's Super Smash Brothers. That's how you win the video game. But it's not easy. So 1-0 lead for Zam. Got to be feeling good about that. It's one big factor that's in play now is counter pick advantage. That means that if this were to go to a game 5, the player with the choice of counter pick, the player who's choosing the stage, will be Zam.
Which is huge. That could play a role.
There's the berry. attack for a Pokwa. Oh, doesn't go in far enough for the down smash. Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't run up before he did it. Big forward smash will do it. Pokwa gets an early stock from just forcing Zam into the corner. Oh, this is looking so good for a Pokwa right now. Zam trying to get something going here, but a full stock down already and already poked into the corner again. And the forward smash again. The backer almost connects again. Pokwa's just got this whole situation, this lead trap figured out right now. And that was all without Arsene.
Yeah, it has Arsene already with a full stock lead. This is huge for Pokwa. Wow. They might be able to get a...
GG's, everyone. Thank you for the wonderful time. Hopefully I'll have one main next time. So, character crisis, huh? Well, much respect for the showing that you had in tournament today. Thanks for coming out.
This is a statement performance from a Pokwa right now.
To go from losing game 1 to this, huge confidence booster for you, and pretty scary for the opponent. Now, if Zam is able to start pulling something together, they can go, okay, I lost it for a second there, but I got my mojo back, and I've still had counter pick advantage. But that's not even what it's looking like right now. Pokwa's just kind of on fire.
Yeah, it seriously is just genuine, just outplayed right now. It's just perfect from Pokwa.
I like the Zairs. Really safe way to get in from a difficult angle to contest. Whew.
Ooh, that was not far.
You know that Zam did not react to that in time to shield it. There it is.
Wow, what a game 2 for a Pokwa. Wow, that was impressive. I think that might be the best game we've seen from a Pokwa, and that says a lot because they've had some pretty incredible games so far.
Got some wubbing and dubbing going on right now. Shoutouts to 2012. Isn't this playlist called Chill Out? This is not what's happening right now, but it's very appropriate for the match. Joker would definitely have listened to dubstep if he was in high school during 2012. I'm just saying. This is totally chill. All right. Kalos. This is a stage we've seen Zam counterpick before. So far keeping their space pretty well. Avoiding the counter from a Pokwa, getting a stun. Great nair. It's about all they were going to be able to get from that position, but they keep their positional advantage. They're applying pressure on the ledge. I like what I'm seeing right now from Zam. Gonna play safe. Take a few pot shots at the Joker when they can here, but try not to just take too much damage while Arsene is out. But that damage is ticking away from the projectile so hard. Arsene is gone. Let's see what Zam can do with this. Great down B. Overcommitting a little bit to that aerial. Gonna get back right off the stage. Zam all the way out there. Not gonna get the berry. Or the spike hitbox, rather, I should say. It's only a berry when it's on the floor. Gets the side B. So Joker forced to make a little bit of a comeback here. Great weight from Zam. Not quite going to find the grab there. Joker goes a little further than Zam was thinking that he would.
Oh, great dodge.
Arsene is back out. Back airing.
It's a good lead here for Zam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like what I'm seeing so far. They're putting out hitboxes. They're making reads on Apokwa's movement that are working out into confirms and neutral.
Wow, an outlet. I mean, okay, well.
Overcoming a little bit space-wise sometimes, and that's how Apokwa's getting these hits, but on the whole, I think they're playing really well.
I was about to say they out survived the Arsene there, and then as soon as it ended, got forward smashed off. I was like, oh, well.
Arsene gonna be out soon. Zam wants a KO now, so that Apokwa doesn't have a chance to use that. That might do it. No, not quite.
Ooh. Good idea.
And the up smash.
That will do it.
Great job avoiding all of Arsene by just getting that KO there. Oh, I'm surprised that didn't hit. I don't blame him for going for the up smash at all.
No, it would have led to a good combo as well because they could have followed it up.
Sam's
like
feeling
so.
himself. This movement is really slick. Goes for that same bait he's tried a bunch of times before, though.
Oh, okay.
They're good.
That was terrifying for a second. I thought that was it, and I was like, uh-oh.
I've seen Zam clutch the recovery from that position enough times to not be holding my breath about it anymore. Which is a compliment to the player, because for most people, I'm like,
this is it.
ooh, gets it in the wrong direction. Sam's not hurting too much, even if they lose this stock here. But
oh, great shield.
They'd obviously love the cushion.
Yep. 84%, a great lead. Arsene, less than half. They could take this stock before they get Arsene back.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they're hoping for.
I feel like there are a lot of positions where Zam is committing to a hitbox that's going to hit just in front of Joker. It's like he's expecting Joker to run at him.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to chase Joker with the hitboxes. I think sometimes he's missing because of that and losing in neutral. Needed that back there because Arsene was out.
Yep. That was it for Arsene.
KO literally right then and there.
Yeah, that was the hit that pulled out Arsene, so that was perfectly timed from Zam. That was a good performance.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great follow-up to how Game 2 went. You know, such a just really, watered the fire that was starting to roar from Apokwa after Game 2 there. But well done for that.
Yeah, well said. I think this game definitely has potential for Apokwa to take it. It's his counter pick, and Zam, on the previous counter pick, didn't seem maybe at full power, wasn't quite firing on all cylinders.
Yep.
So we could see this being an Apokwa win, but Zam would then, like we mentioned at the very beginning of the set, have counter pick advantage. They will have the counter pick on game 5 even if they lose here. So they're in a pretty good spot. They've held on their counter picks, and that's all they need to do. Think of it kind of like tennis, they don't need to break their serve. They just need to win their serve, and they win the tournament.
I'm gonna hope that made sense because I know absolutely nothing about tennis.
All right, I see. Tennis players have an advantage on their serve when they are the person who puts the ball into play because they're the one who gets to touch the ball first.
That makes sense.
And so you alternate between the two. If you break their serve, that means you won a point on their serve, and that puts the pressure on them to have to win off their serve.
Oh, because then they have the serve because they won the point. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Starting off Town and City. Pretty large stage here. So,
I mean, trading blows here. Literally just dead even.
yeah. And I think this makes sense for Apokwa to some degree. For a lot of the map, this is just basically FD.
Yeah,
So it's just
like
going to
right now.
test their horizontal ground game, which Apokwa has been strong in. When Apokwa has been doing well, he's been forcing Zero Suit into the
Counter.
corner. No juggle combos to be had here. No crazy platform follow-ups that get you ladder comboed off the top at 60. And Apokwa's just going to find that forward smash off the side.
You know, that's really unfortunate for Zam there, because had survived Arsene without taking much damage, had a Poko at 120, you know, you're favoring them, maybe get a lead there and just gets forward smashed off. It's unfortunate, really. And they're going to get Arsene here. Probably not this stock, but pretty quickly into the next one.
Well, the meter will reset when they're KO'd, so this is a possibility of, you know, all of that charge going away. See how it went down?
Yeah, I just knew that it would at least have some.
Yeah, a little bit. Good start from Apokwa on
great
this
combo.
stock. Goes for the forward smash. Guess there's not really any reason not to. Ooh. That was a good look from Zam there. Some good damage, but not really finding anything more neutral. I feel like Zam is really quickly committing to an attack even after Apokwa has gotten around them. I'd like to see them maintain space a little bit more.
Wow.
Charging a smash attack from their opponent being off the ledge. Not where you want to be. Oh, and that's good damage.
Good mix up there. Throwing out the Arsene instead of throwing a punch there.
I like the FB out of shield idea. They needed something there. And luckily, Apokwa actually missed the follow-up, so they got off scot-free for it. No punish. Oh, and they countered that too. And it's just a forward
And
smash.
Arsene comes out. Oh, they're there.
Oh, they both whiffed the
missed.
recovery.
Oh.
Zam's like, I don't think you can follow me all the way down here. Apokwa's like, I don't think you can follow me all the way back up. Game 5. Grand Finals Set 2. We've gone the distance.
Match that matters right here.
This is it. And again, like we said, Zam gets to counterpick the stage here. So that's the one advantage that he's going to have going into this after coming out in winner's side. That's the one leg that he has to stand on right now. That counterpick. See what he does with it. There are counter-picking rules in place that you cannot go back to a stage you've counter-picked 2 and 1 on. So we're going to see something that Zam hasn't won on yet in this set, but hopefully something that will be advantageous to him. Lilat it is. We saw this stage earlier, using the platforms for upwards follow-ups. I think that's a smart plan. It'll also make it a little bit trickier on Apokwa, who has been playing the game of standing in center stage and walling his opponent off in the corner. But this stage has slants on the left and right side. So that'll make Apokwa's attacks a little bit trickier to hit, because you have to position a little bit differently to hit someone who's below you on the slant. So I think that this is good for a number of reasons. Great use of the whip there, going all the way out there to try and get the hit, but I like what Zam is doing here, still keeping center stage, you know? They're going out there to see if they can find something, but when they can't, They're retreating back to center and holding that position. They're not letting Apokwa get that power position in the center that they've been using so effectively so far in this set. There's the up smash, not quite going to KO, but Arsene is gone. And the whip almost does it as well. Go out a little bit too hard for that, and now Apokwa in a power position. They do have rage as well, so attacks are going to KO a little bit earlier for the Joker right now. Ooh, and
there it is.
Can't whiff a move like that against Joker's forward smash. He just sits there and tries to bait him into whiffing something. I don't know. Apokwa's going to roll out of that, get behind Zam. Zam does not get their KO from that. This is a good lead right now for Apokwa. If they get Arsene right now, that's huge.
They need to survive probably maybe one hit, but two probably. Looks like it's going to be two.
Zaire. Oh, the grab gets broken.
Oh, I didn't give it to him.
Zam gets an up throw, not able to finish the stock.
It's Arsene.
And
it hits the
no
spike.
ledge invincibility from the ledge. So now that's a 3 stock to 1. Oh man, Apokwa's running away with this right now. And he misses the follow-up too. That hurts so much because Zam had it in the bag right there.
Yeah, and only at 20%.
Should be able to do it. Yep. Okay.
Only at 20%. They're certainly not out of this.
Zam is going to need to clutch up and just take this stock almost untouched. They're starting off with one of the strongest ladder combos they've had all game. Or all set, I should say.
40%, instant 20% hit.
Oh, Arsene is out. That's so painful.
Oh, countered. They stay under 100, still in it.
Yeah, I'm almost saying don't even try to fight the Arsene. Just stall this out. You've got to play so safe right now to just not eat a ton of damage for nothing.
It's past Arsene. It needs just needs a crazy combo here and take the stock.
Yeah, some kind of ladder combo. They need to hit something into the up B.
107%.
Oh, there's that down B. It's him off the stage.
Went
I
for
wish
the
they would
hard
stop committing
read.
to the smash attacks because some of those are giving Joker a way back in, but they kind of do have to take the stock soon here.
Oh,
Did that do it? And that just
will do it.
Apokwa coming all the way from losers bracket. They got knocked down there round 2 as well. And from there, they beat Master Games, they beat Jay, they beat CYM, they beat Mike, they beat Minato, and they beat Zam twice in grand finals to take it home. What a run from Apokwa. Huge congratulations to them. Good job to Zam for making it that far and putting up such a good fight. I know it sometimes sucks to be the runner-up. You know, you feel better about getting third place a lot of the time than you do about getting second, but that was very solidly played Zero Suit Samus. You could tell that they've got a significant amount of practice on that character. They put on a good show, so you'll love to see it. Thank you to everybody for coming out to this event, for participating as players, as well as for being such a great audience today. Love to see it. On behalf of both Mercer County Community College, the school sponsoring this event and from which all of these players are students, as well as from us at Bravest Esports, I'd like to say thank you for watching. And hopefully there's more where that came from. Absolutely talk to your school activities people if you had a good time tonight. Maybe we'll get to see you again sometime soon. I'm going to look it up really quickly and see if you guys already have anything else booked with us. Because I don't remember off the top of my head. I think I've seen you guys at events before. Let's see. Oh yeah, we do have another event coming up. It will actually be a Mario Kart event in December, on December 8th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So look for us there if you're a Mario Kart fan. That should be a lot of fun. For now, though, that's going to be all from us. I'm Jem, and this has been Eyes.
Bye, gamers.
Have a good night, everyone.